My name's Mabel Fernandez. I'll say it actually in Spanish because I know there's some Spanish speakers in the audience. I work for Start Small, Think Big. Have any of you heard of us before? No. We're like this hidden gem. Nobody really knows we exist. What Start Small does is we offer legal, financial, and marketing assistance to under-resourced entrepreneurs. We believe that as a nonprofit, we don't know everything there is to know about running a business. So what we do is connect you to the people that do. We'll connect you on the legal side to professional attorneys who charge sometimes over $800 an hour to talk to you about how to draft a lease, how to evaluate trademarking, whether that makes sense, whether you need copywriting, all of those legal services. We sort of connect you to those professionals to do that. On the financial side, we can help you also build a bookkeeping system to make sure you're tracking your expenses accordingly. Develop financial projections to know how much you need to sell to break even so that you don't run a loss in your finances. To determine whether taking a loan even makes sense, right? Sometimes a loan might sound like something that is attractive and appealing, but paying it back gets really hard. And so what we do is help you determine whether that's even the step that your business is at, or whether there's other ways, whether you can allocate funds to your business without taking on the debt. And then on the market access program, which is the program that I run, we help with marketing and sales. Our philosophy is that you can't really do one without the other. You can't go tap into sales opportunities, even display at a vendor booth in a street market, and realize that, well, you don't have any collateral to give out, you don't have any tablecloth or any of those things, you don't have a logo, you don't have a presence. So what we do is help you on the marketing side, it's build that digital presence. We'll connect you to graphic designers, professional photographers, marketing experts who can help you build a marketing infrastructure for your business. And then we'll also then train you and prepare you for sales opportunities that make sense depending on where you are with your business. So we'll help you with customer sales pitch, with preparing for wholesale, retailing your business. And all of this we do absolutely free. To be eligible for our services, there's 3 things that we require. The first is you have to either live or operate your business in New York City, which I'm assuming since you guys are in the Bronx, you're sort of nearby or at least tapping into this demographic. The second one is your business has to be operating. You have to have at least $500 in sales over the course of 3 months. So it's a very small requirement, but our philosophy is when you go talk to a lawyer, when you go develop a bookkeeping system, when you go build a logo, you should do that for a business that can actually sustain itself, right? You shouldn't spend a lot of time and resources on something that you haven't yet proven, that you haven't realized that there's a customer base for it. So if you have the sales and if you live in New York City, the last requirement is sometimes our hardest one, but it's around income. Because we offer everything for free, we need to make sure that people are at the right income bracket. We require that you be either at or below 500% of the federal poverty guidelines. What that means, it's sort of a legal federal term, but what that means is basically for your household income, if you're a household of 1, you have to have less than $60,000 in income. So that means if you have kids, or if you have a partner, if you live with somebody else, somebody claims you're the dependent, that number goes up. So it's a very sort of high number, which hopefully a lot of you can meet. Now, today I am here to talk to you about marketing. It's sort of my piece, but I thought it'd be helpful to tell you sort of what we do in case you're interested. So I'll start with just a quick question, putting it back to you guys. What is marketing? Like, what do you guys think marketing is? Yeah. Getting your product out, letting people know that it exists. Totally. What else? Anybody else? When you think about marketing, what do you think about?
Products.
Products.
Product, right price.
Yes. I was wondering if she changed my slide. Okay, yeah, totally. The price of the product, right? We think about social media, websites, right? There's a lot of pieces of marketing, and oftentimes it's really hard to answer my question because marketing can mean a lot to a lot of different people. So there is a very technical definition according to the American Marketing Association, which is very philosophical, but the simplest way to understand what marketing is that it's the art and science of reaching the right people with the right message in the right way. Right people, because you want to only get your product in front of people that would ultimately buy, right? We don't want to put our product everywhere because then you're going to spend a lot of money on a billboard in Times Square when maybe your audience isn't totally there. So we want the right people. We want to find them in the right way because maybe for all of us, social media might not be that way, right? People don't go looking for, I don't know, a construction company on social media. They might look on Angie's List or Yelp or whatever. So, we want to find the right way to do that, and then you want to have the compelling message that's going to make them change their mind. So that really is all marketing is. It's knowing who the people you're trying to reach are, what is it that you need to tell them in order to get them to buy from you versus somebody else, and then where do you find them? Does that make sense? So if we start with the very first piece of that equation, which I said was the right people, then I'm going to ask you guys, who are the right people for your business? Who are your customers?
You're talking about demographic, you're talking about age, it could mean culture.
Yeah.
Income group.
Yeah.
Location.
Totally.
Geology.
I'm wondering if you're cheating somewhere. So yeah, totally. When you're talking about the customers, we need every single one of you, and I know it's really hard to do that, but to be able to define who your customer is in a very granular way. So if we look at, if you're catering directly to a consumer, if the end person that you want is an individual out in the space, then you want to understand their demographics. You want to know exactly who they are. The easiest way that I sort of explain it is for all of us that have Facebook is your customer, I need you to tell me what's on their Facebook profile. Who are they? What do they look like? What do they like? How old are they? Where do they work? You need to be able to sort of have an idea of you have this product. Let's say it's a lotion. Let's say it's a cleaning company. Who is it that you want to ultimately buy that product? Who are you, bless you, who are you tapping into? So that the more defined you can make your audience, the more successful you'll be at marketing, because then you know who you're trying to find. If you cater to businesses, the same is true. So let's say you are that construction company, that cleaning company, anything else in between where you're not necessarily looking for an individual, but you're looking for a business to be the one to hire you, then the same applies, right? What company are you looking for? How big are they? How small are they? Where are they located? How many employees do they have? How big of a budget do they have? Who is it that you're trying to shape? Because then you can find the population by looking for that audience. So at the end of the day, what we want you to have is basically a profile of your individual. So let's say my company is this natural skincare products. And my audience is, well, I cater primarily to females, ages 30 to 50 years old, who live in the Northeast, primarily in urban environments, and have about $60,000 in income. If I were to make you guys guess, based on this information, who I'm looking for, and what my product might be, how much do you think it costs to buy my lotions? If I'm looking for female, 30 to 50, making over $60,000 in income, how much do you think I charge? About $35, $40, yeah? 25, right? Am I selling you like a $6.99, $10 product? No, right? And so do I need to put my product, advertise it in, I don't know, AM New York, or do I want to put my product and advertise it in, you know, Cosmo or something, right? Like it's making that determination. You don't want to advertise everywhere. There's this philosophy that from back in the day where the way to run a business is to put flyers everywhere and eventually you'll find the right person. That's really expensive. What I need you guys to work on, and what we can help you do, is define it in a way that you make determinations based on who it is that you're exactly looking for, so that then we know where to find them. Does that make sense? So the very first step that you guys should take in building your marketing presence is figuring out who is it that you're looking for, and then the message on how to convey them and where you put that message, that comes later. But the first step that you should make a decision on is who's your customer. That was it for me. I'm at a blue table back there, so feel free to come by and ask any questions.